had my dream ramp now for about 30 days. So we're gonna go over the tricks that I have learned, and then I want to try to learn 3 different tricks today. I have a little bit of a progressing session. I don't think necessarily landing a trick once is like knowing how to do the trick. You just did it once. A lot of them were scary tricks for me. So what I'm gonna talk through is like how I broke through the fear, sort of the anxiety of trying these tricks and landing them, and talking through some of the falls as well. There's a weed whacker going off over there. So I'm gonna tape down my 30-day progression, do the tricks that I've learned. Hopefully I can do each one 3 tries. That's gonna be my goal, because I think that's when you got a good trick and you know you can do it 3 tries in a row. So we'll go down, backside lay back, backside blunt, switch frontside grind, back D Sugercane, front D, front Smith, back D Revert. Oof, that one took me like 10 years to get over the fear of it. The trick I wanna learn today is hopefully pop shove to tail stall. And Sugercane as well, then maybe a mystery trick. So let's get into it. Well, I smacked my palm really hard on the ground on one of those. It's all bruised, and what I'm gonna do is move on. I got 3 in a row, super hyped on that. We're gonna do the backside blunt, see if I can get 3 backside blunts in a row. This trick has been working a lot better for me now that I've had the ramp. I think I've gotten it down, not down, but I think I've figured out, I could say that I've learned this trick, which maybe then I could do a tutorial in the future. Let's see if I can get 3 in a row real quick. Switch frontside is still very terrifying for me. The one thing that's made a big difference is my feeding position. So what I try to do is actually have my front foot a lot more higher, almost on my nose. And the reason for that, it's kind of like a safety net. That's what I've realized, is I'm allowed to keep all my weight kind of in the front versus having it in the back, when really you should have it in the back. Like over time, I want to be switch frontside grinding like this, you know, my front foot a little farther back, just like I'm doing a regular frontside grinding like that. But the difference is, and the reason I keep doing that, is because I can keep all my weight in the front. I don't have to worry about hanging up. I'm not so worried about like getting a really precise grind. I can kind of just get up there, try to scratch it. As long as I'm more focused about the churn, essentially. But the thing is, I did get 3 in a row, and I'm so hyped because that's the first time I got 3 in a row. That felt really good, and I'm getting my truck on there. Some of them, I don't get my truck on there. The other thing is, I'm trying to go really, really wide instead of going straight up and down. It's a little more scary for me, but I try to just like aim where I'm going out and not worry too much about where I'm going in. It's more about like, where am I rolling out, and like keeping that weight all my front shoulder versus the back. And then over time, I want to shift my shoulder more to the back so I can really set into that grind. But right now I'm just ever so slightly grinding, so I'm really light on my back foot, keeping all my weight in the front. It's like sort of a safety net of doing it. So for our next trick, we have the backside disaster to Sugercane. What is backside D? You put it up to frontside Smith and you go. And I do want to try to slide this one eventually, so let's see if I can just get 3 backside stalls, put into Smith. So back D Sugercane. Let's see if I get a few of these, and I'll tell you how sort of figured out how not to fall on them, essentially. All right, 3 in a row. That felt so good. I feel like I actually have that trick down now. Learning on pull coping might be a little bit harder, might be a little bit easier. I really don't know the difference, but once you lock it in there, you know you're in. So I'll be excited to try to bring this to a skate park, to a bowl, or metal coping, noping. It'll be fun to try it out. But now I'm gonna try a few and see if I can actually slide the back D and grind it a little bit. Even if it's a little bit of grind, I'll take that. I've been trying this for a while, so I don't really need to do 3 of these in a row, but however, if I do, I will be super happy. I'm pretty happy with that last one. It wasn't a long grind, but I got it in there seamlessly. That's what was nice. The big thing that's helped me with the trick so far is like really getting up on the deck, trying to get that front truck towards the front, and then like once you're on there, it's a lot easier to shift. And I think having rails is nice too because I get a little leverage. But really, it's about like using that big toe, kind of like similar to what you do with the frontside Smith, and you pinch it in there. There's definitely a few where I'm still missing, but yeah, we'll go over this one in more detail once I have it nailed down. But it's been a fun one to try to learn. That's definitely the best one that I've grinded. What I want to try to do towards the end of this session, have a good like 15, maybe longer, of trying to just go straight into the sugarcane, frontside or backside. Next, what I want to try to show you is another trick that I've been working on. I kind of learned this one yesterday, frontside disaster to frontside Smith. And also is almost grinding a few, so frontside lip to frontside Smith. It's kind of like the opposite of what I was just doing. Let's try a few of those. See if I can get 3 in a row. I'll be super happy. I'll do a couple stalls and then we'll try to get a couple slides. Alright, that's probably the best I'm going to get for the front side, lip side into Smith. I didn't really grind the Smith too much, but there's one of them on this other side that felt so good. Like the lip side just naturally went into the Smith grind. I don't know what I did there, but it felt really good and I needed to do more of that. Super fun trick, but we got to move on to the next one because I want to get at least another hour in today. Like it's going to be a good 2-hour session of just trying to get all the tricks that I have learned so far in the last 30 days. Then we got to get to some tricks that I really want to learn. So hopefully I don't wear myself out. We'll see. I think I got it. So this next trick is one that I've been terrified of for like 10 plus years. I won't bore you with the super long story, but the super short version of the story is I slammed really hard on this trick when I was like a teenager, and I haven't tried it probably in the last like 12 years. I've never attempted it until the other day. My buddy Kriegel and Al were here and they hyped me up to try a few. And I was grabbing the coping, essentially getting really, really low and then doing it. And then I went for a few and I did land a couple. So let's see if I can get 3 of those in a row. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with them. And yeah, this trick is terrifying for me. So anybody out there that hasn't done a trick for 10 years and it took them out, maybe they even stopped skating because of one specific trick, this would be that trick for me. So I'm super happy to kind of like conquer the fear and hopefully get 3 in a row right now for y'all. Let's do this. All right, man, was that scary? So scary that I got my helmet out. Yeah, so stoked to have this thing bust out the helmet when I'm really terrified, especially a trick like this. So I have physical and mental trauma from backside disaster, back revert. I'm not going to go into how to do this trick because I'm still clearly struggling mentally with it. As soon as I put the helmet on, I felt a lot more comfortable to go for it. That's like one of those tricks where the trauma definitely plays a role mentally. So the helmet gave me a lot more of a safety net to just go for it. So super hyped. I got 3 in a row. Whew. Man, that is such an accomplishment. I'm telling you what, like seriously, it's been like 10 years since I really went for that trick. Now I feel like I can definitely do it. Now I feel confident about it. All right, now we got to get into some of the tricks that I want to try to learn today, or at least attempt today. see how far we can get. Maybe I can get at least one. I'm hoping I can get both of them. I'm hoping we can do 4 tricks today. Hey, who knows, right? So first one I want to try to do is pop shove it, or aka big spin into back tail. So just pop shove, back tail. I think I'll have an advantage here because I've done pop shove back Smith and I've done pop shove pivot fakie, so I think that'll give me a big advantage. I've never done this trick. I actually never even tried this trick, so here we go with the first attempts. Alright, I am getting exhausted. Tell you what, I can already feel my soreness. I already picked up some Epsom salt for after the session, so I will be taking an Epsom salt bath. I did get one that was like more of a big spin to truck to tail. I'll take it for now because this is the first time I've ever tried it. That was the progression session. That's how many tries it took me just to get to that point, which isn't very far, but I'll take it. It's a milestone. One other trick I want to wrap this up with is doing a frontside bullet on the pole coping. Something I've been terrified of, so I will put the helmet on as well with this trick. And I have done it on noping and on regular metal coping, small stuff. I haven't done it on anything this big, especially with pole coping, so I've just been really terrified of it. But it's in my backyard, so I feel like I'm going to give a solid like 10 minutes. I'm pretty low on energy, but solid 10 minutes just to see if I can get just one to wrap up this video.